You tie the last knot on the bandage. The golden retriever wags its tail, and for a moment, everything feels normal. You hand the leash back to Mrs. Higgins. She thanks you for staying late, gives you a check, and disappears into the rain with her dog. You lock the door. Flip the sign to closed. 12 hours on your feet. You're exhausted. A sudden bang hits the glass. You look up. A man stands outside. Soaked. Shaking. Eyes wide with panic. He isn't holding a leash. He's holding a person. The man over his shoulder is barely conscious. One arm hanging limp. The other clutching a towel against his stomach. The towel is drenched in blood. It drips onto the pavement, mixing with rainwater. You gesture toward the hospital down the street. 4 blocks away. Real doctors. Real equipment. You're just a vet. He shakes his head. Then he pulls a gun and taps it against the glass. You unlock the door. They stumble inside. Your quiet clinic turns into chaos. Mud on the floor. Rain pooling by the entrance. Blood smeared across the tiles as you guide them to the exam table. It's a gunshot wound. You tell him you don't do this. You treat animals. Broken legs, infections, routine shots. Not this. Never this. He doesn't care. Fix him. That's all he says. You understand what it means. Fix him, or else. You look at the wound. Then your supplies. Wrong tools. Wrong medicine. No training. But no choice. You grab a tranquilizer meant for large animals. Strong enough to drop something massive in seconds. You calculate a dose for a human. Guesswork. Risky. You inject it. The man goes still. You have limited time. You move fast. Clean the wound. Stop the bleeding. Stitch him up using thick surgical thread meant for animals. It's rough work, but it holds. He lives. The armed man watches silently the entire time. When you finish, he steps forward, drops an envelope onto the patient's chest. Say nothing, he says. Then they leave through the back. You stand there, shaking. Alone again. You open the envelope. $5,000 in cash. You stare at it. You could call the police. Explain everything. Show them the blood, the money. But your clinic is struggling. Bills are overdue. Rent is late. Your daughter's tuition is coming up. And those men, they don't look forgetful. You clean the floor. Hide the money. Tell yourself it's over. It isn't. 3 nights later, your phone rings at 2 a.m. Unknown number. I heard you help people, the voice says. Same situation. Double the money. You should refuse. Instead, you think about your daughter. You give them the address. The next patient is worse. You patch her up. Careful work. Precise. They pay you $10,000. After that, it becomes routine. Certain nights. Back door unlocked. No questions asked. People come in broken. You fix what you can. Splints meant for animals. Antibiotics not designed for humans. Improvise de solution. They all pay. Cash only. They all leave quietly. And you start telling yourself something important. You're helping people. Not all of them are criminals. Some are just desperate. People who can't afford hospitals. People who need help and have nowhere else to go. You upgrade your clinic. Buy better tools. Pay off debts. Start saving again. Things improve. Your daughter's future looks secure. Months pass. Money piles up, hidden in drawers behind walls. You get used to it. That's where things go wrong. One night, after finishing a job, you walk to your car. A van pulls up. Too fast. Doors slide open. Hand grab you. A bag over your head. Darkness. You're taken somewhere else. When the bag comes off, you're in a sterile room. Clean. Expensive. Controlled. There's a man in a suit. And a patient on the table. Someone powerful. Dangerous. The kind of person everyone knows, but no one talks about. They want you to operate. You refuse. You explain you're not trained for this. They don't care. You've kept people alive before, he says. This is just another body. No hospital. No records. No questions. A guard steps forward. You understand. You scrub in. You begin. The operation is intense. Longer than anything you've ever done. You push past fear. Past doubt. Focus takes over. Piece by piece, you stabilize him. Time disappears. Eventually, you finish. He survives. You don't feel relief. Just emptiness. The man in the suit watches. Then the room changes. Doors lock. Glass turns opaque. You're sealed inside. The patient wakes up. He looks at you differently now. Interested. You're useful, he says. He offers you a place. A role. You refuse. He doesn't care. You don't leave, he says. You belong here now. You look around. The room. The bed. The tools. You think about your daughter. Your old life. And the moment it all changed. That first knock on glass. You thought you were choosing. You thought you were in control. You weren't. You spent your life saving animals. Now you're the one in the cage.